Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, August the 4th. We're closing out the first week of August in our trading portfolios. Up to this point, it's been a good week. We want to knock on wood, but it's been a good week so far for us. I believe that the E2T crew has made good money this week. We've had a couple of small losses this week, as we continue to nail down the strategy, or sometimes people are experimenting, if you want to call it that, or kind of discovering for themselves what works best for them. And sometimes when you're in the discovery mode, you can get caught. They used to say, makes a statement about your slip is hanging. You used to get caught with your slip hanging. Y'all don't know about that these days, though, because people don't really wear slips anymore. Oh, goodness. Y'all, anybody been to church recently, you've seen that slips is a thing of the past. The old ladies are still wearing slips, but the younger ones, not so much. But that is so off topic for this morning. It's totally off topic. We're here for stock market stuff. We ain't talking about slips and yes. So we had a really good day yesterday, made a few dollars, hung out together here in our community. That's always fun. And we're bringing in new folks, getting our new folks acclimated to what we got going. You were chopping wood. Is that what you're saying there? There's wood and a hammer. I don't know what you're trying to say there, Mr. Stefan.
Knock on wood.
Oh, knock on wood. There we go. You got to switch. We got to put the hammer first, or put a person knocking on the door, knocking the wood. But we got it. You got to knock on wood. Okay. So let me make sure I'm sharing now. I'm ready to share my screen. Is the music, can you all hear it? Is it too loud? You probably can't even hear it at all. Now you may be able to hear it. If it's bothersome, let me know and we will turn it off. The VIX is now up to 15.96. We were talking, last week about the VIX being at 11 and 12. And now it's, slowly climbed right on up. Probably as a result of the Tuesday, Wednesday. I guess it had to be Tuesday or Wednesday news with the banking thing happening. And the market went down in such a way, that was Wednesday, that the VIX went up to 1595. Keep that in mind. VIX is up. Generally, the market is down. Looking at news on Yahoo Finance, some people look at CNBC in the morning. Some people do Yahoo Finance. Some people do both. Whatever you need to take a check at to see what the market is doing for the day is going to benefit you. Okay, here comes the jobs report that must be coming out this morning. When I get to the calendar items, I'm sure we'll see that. Stocks look to rebound as Amazon surges. Fisker slashes production forecast and Amazon jumps after earnings crush. But I believe Apple went down last night after earnings. That Amazon went to the moon and Apple went down $5 or $6. We'll take a look here in a second, but I believe that's how that played out. Let's go to the calendar first. Talking about Friday, we got 3 red folders. Boom, 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 3 in a row. Average hourly earnings month over month is at 830. So is non-farm employment change and the unemployment rate. All of these are at 8:30. They even start a countdown clock here, letting you know we got a little more than 7 minutes before that comes out. I would anticipate, again, I didn't see what Apple did after market, but I would anticipate if the market, as Apple goes, so goes the market, right? So if Apple, now we've got a whole lot of, I'll call them diehards, right? We got a lot of diehards. So even if Apple does fall into, fall down, even if it did, which it did fall down, it'll fall into a buy zone and people will be right there. People, the big people, the little people, the everybody people will be right there to buy the dip. So looks like it ran up just a taste after the market closed. went up to 193.72, and then it has fallen off throughout the night. It dropped a pretty good bit, in post market down to 185. That's about $8, and it seems to have recovered a little bit, you know, from 185 back up to where it's currently 185.99. So it's come up just a taste. It was down as low as $185, and now it is at 186.02 right now. So or 185.90 I see up here in the top left corner. That's what's going on with Apple, right? But if we look at the daily chart, let's see if it's come down into a buy zone. You know, I'm going to tell you, when you think about the difference, some of these stocks, you just, I won't say you can't lose with them, but some of these you almost can't lose. If you're buying them for longer term rides, you know, you're probably going to do okay. I mean, if you look at the chart for Apple, this is what it's done this year. This is the daily chart. This is what it's done this year, right? So this talk about an upward trend. We were down, they were down as low as 124. I'm saying we like I'm in there. We were down. You know how when everything's going good, you join the party and be like, we doing good. I don't even own. Do I own any Apple stock? I think I do own a little bit. It's really a little bit though. So for me to, I guess I can say we. If you own one share, you can call yourself part of the we. But we were down to 124, and now we are up to about 196 and 195, 196. Oh my goodness. Oh, 185. Sorry about that. We went up to 195, and now it's down to about 185 after earnings. But this is still an upward trend. You know, you have the ups and downs where it pulls back and does its thing, but you know, Apple, I think, can be counted on in the long term to continue to do its thing. And that it's not just a U.S. thing either. I mean, Apple is, of course, worldwide recognized, and it affects other markets, not just ours, right? Anand said he has it in his IRA. Yeah, you know, that's something. Apple is something you buy. Maybe you put on a dollar cost average, and you buy a little bit every month. I'm talking to myself, Arlissa. Buy a little bit every month. You talk about how it's a good long-term ride, and then you got one share. It's a great long-term buy. I don't have any, but it's a great long-term buy. That doesn't make any sense. All right. So anyway, that's what Apple did last night. It'll probably, I was coming here to see if it fell into a buy zone. Let me stay on task. I get so easily sidetracked. I love that you all just, you know, go along with my antics. So I see the buy zone here at 188. I see, but we're at 185 that it has dropped below, but I do see a support area at 188. And I guess if we were putting another support on here, it would be 183. There's probably a little one right here too. Got the chart really small. I'm sorry for those who are watching on your phone, but 185.79. I see a support area there as well. Yeah, and then I got the 188 again. I believe it surpassed that one in the post-market drop. There's some gaps that it filled. So, well, it jumped over some gaps. There was a gap here, a few little small. So there's some movement that Apple has to do between where it is currently and going back upwards, because going back upwards is definitely there. Yeah, I'm primarily a seller, but I still talk about the fact they do have dividends, but I still talk about the fact that the having the shares is the asset. Even primarily being a seller, you still, you know, we should use our proceeds and our profits to buy the assets, and the assets are the shares. So you sell for the profits and the premiums, and then you use that money to buy an asset. Hopefully you buy more shares because that's an asset, but you can buy other things that are assets too, obviously. But that's the thing. The goal is to possess the asset, which is the shares, because the options contracts are not assets. You cannot go into the bank with those talking about give me a loan. But you can go into the bank with some shares and say, can I borrow against these? Two different things, right? 2 more minutes with that. The economic calendar, let's see if anything else pops up board today. As far as that goes, 8:30, we got our stuff going. 1 o'clock, the oil rig counting stuff happens. Everything else is the 4:30 normal speculative positions and that kind of thing is put on after that. We look to see, where did SPX close yesterday? 45.01. Yesterday was another kind of it kind of was a consolidation day, but see, this little green was barely, oh my goodness, all these lines, this will make me go nuts. And this means I need, usually when I have it so zoomed in, I can't see all these lines. The way my focus is set up. But yesterday we had a little, this is what happened. You see, there was a good bit of price action that happened yesterday. When I say good bit, it would really traded between 45.85 and 44.85 and 45.20. That's about what, 40 points, 35 points. It really didn't really do a lot of movement yesterday. I was looking for the range. It doesn't show it there. The high is 45.19 and the low was 44.85. Yeah, so that's about 35 points it traded yesterday in that window. So we didn't get a whole lot of movement. Let's look at the 15-minute chart so we can see actually what it did yesterday. But this is it. We had a dip in the morning, and then it dropped down to the line. It hit this good support area. I probably should put a line here because it hit that pretty hard. 44.85, and then it bounced and went on up a really good run back up to the 45.17, 45.20. If I was to go to the top of the wicks, it went up to about 45.20. So that 35-point move is what we went on with yesterday. I think yesterday when I first looked at 10 something, maybe 10:15, I looked, which is probably around this time, I had seen this candle coming out of the breakout zone. But I said, let me give it a minute. As Miss Barbara would say, we got to wait for confirmation. And this whole candle wasn't outside. I kept that in mind, Miss Barbara, if you're listening, that the whole candle wasn't outside of that range. And then it went right back into the zone. And when it started going back into the zone, I had switched to the 5-minute chart and I was seeing it starting to climb back up. And I said, let me go on with me a put credit spread first. Put credit spread. Then I was here. Then about 11:30, 12 o'clock, right around in this window here, I said, maybe I'll go ahead and get a call credit spread at 452. Let me see. I was looking at XSP. So I said, maybe I'll go and it was right in this window. I said, maybe I'll go and get me a call credit spread at 452. Now, it turns out that 452, when it's all over said and done, would have been fine. But at the time I was talking about it, this price was coming in hot. This big candle right here was coming in hot. And I was like, it'd be just my luck to get in this too early. I think I even posted in the chat that said, I'm looking at 452, but I'm going to give it till after 1 o'clock. So I waited, after 1 o'clock, this right here had settled down a bit. And I ended up doing 453. Interesting that that's on my chart. I didn't put that there yesterday. But I ended up doing 453 and took in another side because I had already received $10 on the put credit spread side. Then I did 453 for $8 more. So total of $18 for Iron Condor yesterday. But that whole waiting until after was important. Getting that first run, and if you do a second move, definitely wait. I was waiting till after because Jamie even asked why after 1. I was like, well, let's wait till the second power hour starts its movement so I can see what's going on with that. See what's going on with the second one. Let's see, do we have any data? Looks like we do have some numbers. Looks like the average hourly earnings is green. but the non-farm employment rate is red. It was supposed to be 205, but it's 187, which is barely, it was almost like what it was last time. I think this 185 was what it was last time. They were projecting it to be 205, but it's only 187. It's only changed a little bit. And the unemployment rate is down just a bit, 3.5% versus the 3.6 they were anticipating. But we're going to count, a win is a win. We're going to count that green as green and be excited with it. The non-farm employment change, though, that didn't really do what it was supposed to have done, as they say. It didn't really do that. Okay, let's go see what we got from Mr. Mancini. Mr. Adam Mancini. Yesterday was the third red day in a row for SPX. It only, even though SPX was not red yesterday, it was green. He's talking about ES. So, but yesterday SPX was not red. My buy zone yesterday was 44.84 with 45.06 target, and after overnight volume, we're pinned under 45.06. You know, I probably should just take the SPX off of that because SPX does not trade through the night. So it wasn't red yesterday. Plan today, 44.99 and 44.92 are support. As long as they hold, then 45.25 is in play. If 44.92 fails, we see 44.84 and a short trigger to 44.68. I read through Adam's newsletter this morning, and he said the Bears are still in control. So at this point, the Bears are running things. The Bulls was trying to run up yesterday, and the Bears was like, chunk, chunk, not so, buddy. Slow your roll. That's what the Bears said. Not right now. That was my bear sound, in case y'all were wondering. So we've got 44.99 and 92 as support. Looks like 44.92 is the trigger point, or is the tripping point, going whichever direction. If 44.92 holds, we can go up to 45.25. We saw strong resistance at 45.20 yesterday. You saw that's what that chart we just looked at. 45.20 is where it bounced and came back down. And then 44.84 underneath, that's the place, 45.25 and 44.84. This is the same zone that we were just talking about just now, that it traded within that zone yesterday. So, you know, 44.92 is a trigger place. Your outside numbers would be 45.25 and 44.68. If you're still doing outside numbers, I think we've kind of shifted. And again, what do? We trade what we see. Trade what you see. I've already put this in the chat, so that is already there. But we trade what we see in these here parts. All righty, in these here parts. Tomorrow, we are going to have our coaching call tomorrow. We're going to talk about SPX for the weekly. I've got 4 or 5 different things, and I'm not sure if Aminata's on the call. I've got 4 or 5 different things that are ways you can potentially find your strikes if you want to do the 5 DTE. Those who are doing that, we'll talk our way through. Please do me a favor though, too, as you come tomorrow or as you close out today with your profits, kind of count up your profits for the week, or profits and or losses. If the week was not a profitable week, we're okay. That happens, right? We've had plenty of the non-profitable weeks, too many to count, to be honest. But please keep track of that, because tomorrow I will ask for our wins and our lessons. So I want you to be able to share with numbers. So go ahead and add up your stuff for the week and have those ready for me, whether you can share it this evening or you can share it tomorrow. Would be wonderful, wonderful. So we're going to do that. I did have one more thing. I'm doing 2 o'clock live today. I was asking in the chat if anybody remembered that video that we did about where to find more money to trade. And I went looking through our videos, and maybe I titled it something different, and I'm now not able to find it. But that's what I want to do as my 2 o'clock live today is where to find more money to trade. And I'm trying to remember what we said last time. So if anybody remembers that, does anybody remember that we had that talk? Didn't we have a coaching call or something about where to find money to trade?
When you say find money, what are you saying?
Well, where to get more money? Remember we talked about, how do you get, when I say find money, like how do you get more money to trade with? We did a talk about that, didn't we?
I don't understand the context.
Well, we were talking about money to trade with. So if you're looking for more money to use for trading, like a side, Jamie Rasa says, like a side hustle. I really feel like it was a coaching call on places that you can find money to trade with, that you can use, you can generate money to trade with, whether that, not doing the usual things like just take off your Starbucks coffee or this or that, not the usual types of things, but where else can you find money or utilize money to trade with? But I thought we did a coaching call or something on it.
It sounds familiar a tiny bit, but I don't remember a coaching call.
I think it was like an intro or a small part of a different training.
That's what I was thinking.
Could be. That very well could be. And now I'm wondering, what would I have named it? And what was the intro to what training?
I mean, it might have been back when you were, doing the ebook publishing and the Etsy store stuff.
Could be. Yeah.
And now we see the value of hashtagging everything. Wah, wah, wah.
Who needs to hashtag everything? Me? No. Yes. You're very right. This would be the time where you need the value. I went back into Vimeo and did like word searches, and it came up with some stuff, but none of it was what I needed, and I was kind of rushing when I was looking for it. But
now here's the other question: if you find it, what would you hashtag it as, though?
Yes. What would we?
I don't
Side
even know
hustles, like the roster just put side hustles.
Side hustles? Okay.
Money generation. I don't know. I mean, you
got to come up with something that's hashtagable.
Yes, a hashtag worthy. So yeah, I do need to come up with something that's hashtag worthy. Alrighty, so
money train.
The money train, that'll work. We were going to do live trading this morning. Then I remembered, because I had forgotten, that I have a hair appointment at 10:30. So I cannot do live trading this morning. So I think, let's see. I've hit all the hot spots. Let's see what SPY's doing in the pre-market. SPY is looking like it's at 449. It has come up from the close. It closed at 448.84, and now it's at 490, 449.65. So it's about $1 higher than what it closed last night. Maybe an indication that, I don't think I went back to that. Maybe an indication that we may have a little bit of upward movement this morning. This is our pre-market. I said I was coming back to this and then I almost forgot it. The Dow futures are up 41 or 0.12%. S&P futures up 0.25%. NASDAQ futures up 0.27%. Oil is up 0.54. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. You need to share your screen. All right, so the pre-market, Dow futures up 0.10%, S&P futures up 0.25%, NASDAQ futures up 0.22%, oil up 0.44%. The price of oil is up, oh my goodness, the gas, $3.89 for gas, for regular unleaded. This is crazy. And it's $3.50 at Sam's. Sam's is the best price, and $3.50 is still too high. Anyway, the 10-year bonds is down by 0.09. It says the U.S. economy added 187,000 jobs in July, which was fewer than expected. Stock futures are flat as investors weigh big tech earnings and key jobs data. Let's look at the European market, more red than green. The DAX is down 0.39%, FTSE down 0.37%, CAC is up 0.11%, FTSE Milano down 0.40%, and Stock 600 is down 0.26%. Europe markets were higher after downbeat week, investors digesting the Bank of England rate hike. And in Asia, Asia's exact opposite of what Europe was. It's mostly green with one red. ASX 200 is up 0.19%, Nikkei up 0.10%, Kospi is down 0.10%, Hang Seng is up 0.61%, and Shanghai is up 0.23%. Asia markets are mixed as rising U.S. bond yields pressure equities. Alrighty, so that's what's going on with the pre-market at this point. Today, we've got our red photos, which have already happened. So besides that, 1 o'clock is where the oil rig stuff gets talked about. But I would venture to say there will be response to the earnings of Amazon. I want to say Nikola is doing earnings first thing this morning. That Nikola is doing earnings. Jamie put a thing in the chat about Nikola, that they got the go ahead from their board or their stockholders to be able to offer more shares. And sometimes offering more shares can be a positive thing as far as the stock price, but sometimes I don't know if it is. Somehow I'm remembering that offering more shares doesn't always prove to be a positive for the stock price. Anybody else remember those discussions? Anyhow, Fubo is going this morning in earnings. Nikola's this morning. Fisker is this morning. Magna, Enbridge, Dominion Energy, Frontier Communications, Intest, Plains, All American something, and ACM are all reporting this morning. Okay.
Slight interjection.
Yes.
One of the reasons why they sometimes might have more stocks available is just to raise money, and I would imagine that's what Nikola might be doing.
Yes, that's what they said.
Yeah, so it really ain't even about it. It might affect the stock price, but they don't seem to be going anywhere. So that might not be a bad thing for them.
Don't do them. Their stock price is what, $2 and some change, $4. It's $3 or $4.
Right, but I'm saying as a company, they don't seem to be going anywhere.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
No. I mean, like they like after a certain amount of time, when a lot of companies, when they burning through money,
yeah,
you be like, okay, these cats are about to fold.
Yeah.
But Nikola, they're still getting orders.
Yeah.
So they probably just trying to raise some money.
Yeah, that's what your note here said, that they were doing it for Nikola wins shareholder approval to issue stock, paving the way for fundraising. Cool. If you have your shares, or you're selling puts or doing your covered calls, many of those should be expiring today. So, take a look at that, get your, close up. If you want to just let it expire with puts and covered calls, you really can just let them expire unless you just want to close them. Did anybody see that Robinhood is getting ready to charge fees? They said they're passing on like a 3-cent fee for each contract. Now they're getting ready to charge 3 cents. Is that on? Yeah, they're getting ready to charge 3 cents for each options contract that you trade, where before they were fee-less. They said, even though the fees were built in, now they're no longer even trying to hide that. Well, I'll say trying to hide. Now they're flat out saying that you're gonna pay 3 cents, but 3 cents is still less than 65 cents that we pay 60 or 65 cents with Thinkorswim or TradeStation. So 3 cents is still cheaper than that. But Robinhood is getting ready to charge fees. Robinhood also has margin money now. If those people are over, if you're over on Robinhood, they do have margin options at this point too. Still don't have SPX or XSP, so that part's not here yet, but they do have some other things. All righty. 2 o'clock live today. I told you what my topic I'm planning to have as my topic. We'll see if that still is my topic for this evening, defining money to trade with. But we've done cash secure puts and covered calls this week, which has been good. I feel like it's been useful to the people. Where are we? E2T. I almost clicked on the Zoom. We're already in Zoom. My brain just stalled. Like, okay. E2T daily declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I am a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. I declare that money likes me. I declare I'm a blessing to others, and I declare I'm a world changer. Changing some worlds, even if it's just mine. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. 2 Samuel 22:35. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. I just heard this in my spirit, and I want to share it with you. If you have already met your goal for the week, then enjoy your Friday. Do not be greedy and run a good week into the ground. If you haven't, and you can get some really good, clear setups, and you've got time to do what it requires to watch and then go ahead. But if you've already made your money for the week, enjoy a Friday off. Okay?
Amen.
Amen. If you've met your goal, then enjoy your day off. Okay, let's give your system the break. I'm not telling anybody how to manage their money. Just saying, I heard it, I felt it in my spirit. Okay. So I will see you all at 2 o'clock. Don't forget, we do 2 things here. We stay green.
Get this Monday.
And we get this money. All righty. I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone. Stay green and get this money. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye, everyone. Real quick, I just wanted to come on. This is Arlissa, Educator2Trader. Wanted to come on and tell you and ask you, I guess, to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content that I create and I'm, posting regularly, then go ahead and subscribe. That way you won't miss anything and you can be a part of all that we're doing here. I'm a coach to sellers. I'm an option sellers coach. If that's a vein that you don't know anything about or you want to know more about, then go ahead, subscribe and check us out all the time. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.